Okay. Hello, everyone. And give me 1 second. Just trying to see how it is updated. Can everybody see me right now? Okay. I do see that I am a few seconds behind. That's fine. How's the sound? Just want to do a quick mic check. If I need to turn it up, let me know. And now I will wait to see what everyone says. This is the issue with this lag. Okay. All right. Sounds good. Looks like I'm getting the all clear. Okay. Welcome everyone to Gamer Meld. Today, let me go ahead and get this up. Okay. First up, today's the launch of the custom RX 6000 GPUs. And before the stream began, I actually have a straw poll here. And let's do this. Trying to remember all of... Okay. Actually... Okay, I am on an ultra wide screen, so it's not centering this. That is my fault. Actually, I'll do it this way. Oop, that is not what I meant to do. Okay, you know what? That's fine. Let's do it this way. Anyway, and you have voted. The RX 6800 XT definitely looks to be the winner here. Although, oddly enough, the 6800 non-XT was beat out by those excited for the RTX 3000 series. So, that's pretty interesting, I will say. And, let's see. Hold on 1 second. Sorry, everybody. Okay, so it definitely looks like a lot of you are still really excited about the RTX 3000 series, and I definitely do understand, especially whenever it comes to things like ray tracing, and those of you who do like DLSS. Simply put, the RX 6000 series doesn't have everything. Wow, it is really moving fast today. Let's see. Okay, you know what? Forget about that. Let's just go ahead and say the 6800 XT definitely is the winner. A lot of you are excited, and that is good because I have some really... Actually, it's just really bad news all around. I have good news for those who are excited for the 6800 XT. Terrible news for those who are excited for... terrible news for those who... are wanting the 6800 non-XT because, well, a few things. Let me do this really quickly, everyone. Hold on 1 second. I did not know that I had it like this, so that is my mistake. Okay. And we fixed that. Now, here comes the bad news. I posted last night that stock is going to be pretty terrible. And it really is. I've heard from my contact within Newegg that they expected to essentially sell out instantly. I know that I had actually heard that they were going to have significantly more stock of the custom cards than the non-custom cards, than the AIB card, than the reference design when it was originally launched. But like I said then, even if that is the case, 8 times or whatever that number may be, going from a millisecond to 8 milliseconds it's sold out isn't exactly a great deal. So, now I have a little bit of good news, but first, I'm going to kind of go over this. You can actually see that Micro Center on launch day is not going to have AIB cards. You can see it right here. Let's see. Ooh. Hold on. Let's go. My apologies. Nope. Hold on. I actually think I went to a different page, and that is my fault. I was kind of looking around. Hold on. Sorry about this, everybody. Cannot believe that I did this. Let me find the original one. This was actually sent to me. Trying to hurry up before this thing launches. Okay, here we go. Okay. Hold on. Sorry, everybody. Tried to have everything ready, and okay. Here we go. Let's move back to this. Okay. As you can see on Micro Center's forum, we have Landshark, who I'm not 100% sure if they work for Micro Center, but they are an admin, at least of their community. And you can see, as promised, I wanted to keep you all in the loop with any information I've received regarding these recent releases. I've just received word that we are not expecting shipments of RX 6000 cards tomorrow, 11/25. I'll be sure to share. So, there it is. There it is. They aren't even expecting shipments. And from some of my AIB contacts, I actually found out that basically it really sounds like everything is going last minute with this. They aren't even 100% sure if Newegg is going to have the cards. And speaking of, I can say which models they're going to be, and this is, I do apologize that I'm having to rush so much. I really didn't think I was going to have to do this, but okay, so the bad news for the 6800 non-XT, from what I've seen, I actually have, looks like if this, I got this from my contact within Newegg, looks like they're only going to have 4 SKUs, and all of them are XT models. So all of them, let's see, it looks like we have 2 Sapphire cards, an XFX card, and another card. I can't really tell for sure by the SKU, but here's the thing. I do have some decent, see, it's really bad no matter what, but here's the thing. If you are on there, and go ahead right now, it's 8:54. I actually have my alarm that's going to be going off in a few seconds, but go ahead. I have links if you are interested, at least. I do have links in the description. Go ahead and go there. Click on those. And right now, I don't believe they're up still, which is odd, but like I said, I have been told that they will be launching on Newegg at least, and they only have 4 SKUs. But the SKU that you want to look for, although I would try to go for any of them, but the SKU you definitely want to look for is the XFX, model. He was not able to give me numbers as far as how many XFX 6800 XTs they have, but he basically said if you want an okay shot at it. Now, with the fact that I'm telling everyone this, it may sell out even quicker than the others, so I can't say for sure, but effectively he told me there are more XFX models than anything else. And it really actually, I was going to say, it really actually stinks. That is the alarm. We are just a few minutes away. This person asked if the 6800 non-XT is dropping too. It's supposed to. Like I said, this is terrible. I said it last night on Twitter. This is looking like a disaster. AMD, I don't know why this wouldn't be true, but if there really is only 4 SKUs, this will be an absolute disaster. Period. I mean, but okay, good news. Really quickly, I will say there's kind of good news, which is that what I have heard from some partners over the weeks, it's not going to be a one and done like NVIDIA's launch. Definitely felt like you kind of see 3080 and 3070s come back in stock here and there, but it's definitely not a one and done at all. Let's see. Anyway, trying to hurry up and get this out, but basically they said come December they expect to have way more stock, and they're going to be adding quite a bit more stock week after week. So anyway, that is that information. Let me look. I'm still not a sponsor. Needed to wake up this morning. I was up way too late. I'm not seeing them on Newegg, and that's starting to freak me out. I would just keep refreshing this. Someone was asking if it's possible to get these in the EU. I really don't know. I mean, the fact that Newegg is potentially only going to have 4 SKUs, I don't want to say, I really don't want to say anything. I mean, one AIB partner didn't even know definitively that they would have gotten the cards. And honestly, I don't blame them one bit. I seriously have no doubt that this is all AMD's fault. Seems like the most rushed launch ever, which I do understand. The RTX 3000 cards came out back in September, so I get it. They're trying to compete. They needed to get something out really quickly, but man. Anyway, let's do, or you know what? How about I actually change the resolution and do this right? My apologies. Let's just turn it to normal. It feels so weird going to this. Okay, keep changes. Okay, better. It's centered. I swear, if they don't come out, I'm going to be so, so aggravated right now. Trying to also check their homepage. I can't believe, like, the one time I was wrong about this. It should be now. Okay. So the answer is they're coming at some point today. Man, they were really low. They had one in the back that Jeremy took before he left yesterday. This person mentioned the most rushed launch. Are you kidding me? If you are at a point where there's only going to be 4 SKUs available at launch, and you have companies like Micro Center that have 0, that's an issue. That's pretty rushed. I don't mean rushed in the sense like the cards are bad in any way. I've actually praised them pretty significantly. I mean rushed like the actual launch event. Very strange. Very weird. I don't even know what to say. I'm really sorry. I confirmed last night with my contact within Newegg that it would be releasing but like I said, now I will say that Micro Center was actually asked, basically down here somewhere. I was reading all the comments that I could, but they were asked if they were going to have a separate launch event, and they said, as far as they know, no. So I mean, this is supposed to be the launch event. No, it was 9 a.m. The one time that I've done like a little stream, there's literally nothing. Well, they're gone. I don't know what to say, to be completely honest. Trying to see. I have a couple emails. Okay. Maybe it is coming soon. Hold on one second. Okay. Yeah, I mean, maybe I will keep refreshing the page. My main thing is I don't want everyone to be watching this and then it goes live and we all miss out. That's my one fear that I have. You can see that I am in fact an expert at the F5 key. And that is, I'm kidding about being but basically we all are at this point, because if you've tried to get any launch, you know how terrible it is. I mean, the fact that their site hasn't crashed is a bonus. If you tried to get any of the consoles, I really wish I would have tried for the RTX 3000 launch, but I was supposed to be getting a card. Still haven't gotten it. But yeah, I really wish I would have done that. I have tried for the PS5 launch, and man, is it demoralizing. I tried 4 times at the Walmart during the launch day. It was like 12, 3, 6, and 9. I'm almost positive those are the exact times, Eastern Standard Time. Every time, the second it launched, like on the dot, the site started crashing. I'd get it in my cart 15 times, and yeah. And then they recently found out that a group of scalpers has more PS5 stock than any retailer, which is just insane. I mean, I said in my recent video that, about the scalpers and how to actually handle it, which is effectively to stop buying from them, which probably isn't going to happen. I mean, I'm sure it isn't, but retailers could at least do a little bit more. I mean, come on. Okay. They're here. They are up. People are saying. I'm still not seeing it. No way. It only showed 2 SKUs. You know what? Probably should do this. Someone got one. Yay! Well, wait, no, yeah, I was like, hold on, why is it so small? And that would be because it's not one. I'm not seeing it, but, oh, you know what? No one's even looking at what I'm looking at. Yeah. Okay, they're lying. Or not, but none are available. No information when they will be available. Okay. Like I said, my actual contact within NVIDIA, who is currently with them, did say that they would be up today this morning. Someone keeps saying that, let's see. Okay. I don't know if everyone's lying. People are saying it's up. Then people are saying they're lying. So I'm not seeing it. Well, this is fun. This has been great. Honestly, like I said, the fact that their site isn't crashing maybe we can Google. Usually they will have a launch like this on their homepage. But then again, with all of the Black Friday stuff going on, oh, wow. Okay, no one's lying. And you know what? My links probably didn't help anyone because you actually need to search. XFX is one example, at least. Maybe it helped that everyone heard that, you know, maybe it helped because I said, you know, which models, because I knew that there was an XFX, which they said would be the best one. Let's see. Let me go back to this. Trying to look at my notes here. There's a Sapphire. I do know that. And then another one. The SKU says AXRX. I'm not seeing the Sapphire. Asus. Okay. Some people are putting them up. But to be honest, it sounds like they're all sold out anyway. Which is unbelievable. The fact that you can't search RX 6800 XT, which we definitively know. Which we definitively know. They at least have one card. So we have the... Oh! Wait. No? Wow. What? It's been taken down. What? What? Oh! Links! Hit the link in the... Never mind, it's out of stock. I mean, what am I even talking about? This is terrible. I mean, wow. So yeah, if you actually go, I have the search. If you hit the link in the description, it is an affiliate link. Won't cost you anything more. But if you hit that, it's actually a search. And 6800 XT wasn't even finding the XFX. But yet, now cards are starting to pop up. I told you. And didn't I say Sapphire was one of them? Yes, I did. Honestly, maybe it's not out of stock because these somehow magically went out of stock so instantly before anyone even really knew how to find them. I don't know. Some did say that they actually did get one. But I mean, where's the XFX model that was just here? We were all looking at it. You saw it. I'm not losing my mind. You all saw it. It was here. XFX. You know what? Okay, I did. Maybe I had to do RX 6800 XT. It looked pretty cool too. Where is it? All right. Everyone help everyone. If there's any in stock somewhere, tell people where to go. Seriously. Please. Because this is... It's as if they're putting the stock up as we're speaking, which they were late to begin with. Explain to me why... Well, the search does seem to be working now, and the search that we just tried... Oh, okay. Wow, they do have more. Whoa. Well, apparently they've received more since the time I talked to my contact last night. Because and I know for a fact that they are correct, and that they know what they're talking about. They only gave me a few SKUs. Like I said, they definitively said to try the XFX model. If he was not confident, I would even, I already have a Red Devil, so I'm not. I wasn't gonna try and get it. I mean, that's for you guys. I really want everyone, to have been able to get one. They did not. Let's see. Honestly, what I'm thinking is that a lot of these models were never in stock, and that may have been the models that they are in stock may have actually been. Let's see. All I'm thinking is that a lot of these released out of stock. Can anyone in chat definitively confirm they were able to purchase something? One person said they got one. Okay, XFX. Yes. Hopefully yes. It seems anyone and everyone who was able to get one got the XFX model, which hopefully me saying that from my contact, like I said, hopefully that helps someone. What I'm thinking is that the XFX and maybe and the others that I was talking about were the only ones that launched, but they went ahead and posted a few others as out of stock. I'm not 100% sure. Hey, oh no. Okay, check this out. Hold on, let me bring it up. Watch this. I just refreshed. All right, everyone was just here. You saw it, didn't you? The exact same page. I did not go. Nope. Trying to make sure I'm not losing it. I did not. Whoa. Yeah, no, that's just, yeah, I'm not losing it. I did not go to another tab or anything like that. I just refreshed it and now they're just gone. Yeah. Some people are saying it sounds like I can confirm that PowerColor was not 100% sure that whether Newegg got it or not. So some of you may have been able to get a Red Devil. Okay. Like I said, how my contact, okay, it seems like, oh no, XFX order voided. Okay, it sounds like the XFX, and let me do something really quickly. I guess I need to kind of put this in slow mode. To be honest, I didn't think there was going to be as much chat. So to be honest, I really didn't. Okay. So I went ahead and turned on slow mode. Yeah, it sounds like, hopefully me telling even just one of you that the XFX model was the one that had the highest chance of actually getting stock. Hopefully that helped someone. But let's go back to the fact that multiple people are saying a ton of the other ones that they just showed were never in stock. And where are they? I've never seen anything like this. Where are they? They were just here. Everyone saw it. There were multiple custom cards. And this exact same link I just refreshed. I shouldn't have done it. I shouldn't have refreshed it because I was going to talk about the pricing and everything, but they're gone. So clearly something is going on. Clearly something's going on behind the scenes at Newegg right now. Oh, they're back. Magic. They're back. Most of these actually look like non-XT, which, like I said, I originally was told that none of those would be here. So I'm thinking that none of these were ever in stock. I didn't mean to do that. I mean, can anyone confirm that the all-in-one cool? I mean, can anyone confirm that the water-cooled one was ever in stock? Did anyone see this say Zeus ROG? Oh, we're hearing more people say that the XFX order was voided. Oh, we're getting calls for Intel to save us. Oh, you know you've messed up. Some people said they're getting links ready for their bot. No, I can definitively confirm that NVIDIA does try to do certain measures. I had a bot, hold on, specifically to let everyone know when new stock was there. I was going to be working on it. But I then found out that effectively that is against their terms of service. And I don't want to do anything that I'm not supposed to. But I can definitely say that when you refresh enough or something like that, it starts requiring CAPTCHA. And so, I mean, they definitely do have some measures to try and stop the bots. But then again, the person that I had work on it made it pretty clear that they could potentially get around that. So that's the issue whenever it comes to beating bots. While there are measures to counter it, there's also counters to those counters. So I'm a little bit afraid to refresh. So I'm just going to do it this way. Okay, so it is still here. I have to say the pricing, you know what? Good on ASRock for keeping it the same. With that said, I will say I will slightly come to PowerColor's defense. This is actually their limited edition, which is really, really cool. It has a couple little extras, nothing huge. It actually has it adds USB-C. I believe instead of a third display port. I don't remember what is there. But it actually does change it up a little bit, and they include a couple really cool things in the box. So I will say I wouldn't necessarily give this a full pass, but I will say that it's a whole lot better than just $800 for a normal card. But at the same time, I have very little doubt that this has a lot to do with the fact that they don't have a lot of stock. And I don't know. It's tough. It's tough because when you have tons of demand, no supply, it's hard to be super angry, but then it's also super annoying. I can say that my contact with PowerColor wouldn't give me the price, and they did say that they actually do not have much markup on it at all. So I don't know. We definitely do have, some cheaper Asus, but then we also have this. So, maybe these are these are clearly the higher end models. The Red Devil is PowerColor's higher end model, of course. But wow, I was told basically my contact with Newegg essentially, they told me, which card to kind of go for, which was that XFX model. Like I said, he wasn't able to tell me how much they actually have of them, but they said, if you're going to go for a card, go for that one. And they were very much sounding not confident that even I would be able to get one. I would be doing it the exact same way anyone else would. But what I mean is, even with the knowledge that the XFX card is the card to go for, they still didn't seem confident that I would be able to get it at all. And of course, I was not even going to go for it because I actually have a custom card, and I'm really lucky that I was able to get that. So don't get me wrong at all. But like I said, that brought me just to kind of tell everyone here that information, just because I'm trying my best to look out for everybody, but it was out of stock before I even saw it. And then they were gone and then back. And I'm not sure if their server is having issues and this is how it's dealing with it rather than crashing or anything like that. But yeah, I think we can pretty much say that this was about as close to a paper launch as it could be. I mean, a lot of people, one of the arguments was that there were, millions, or, if there's insane amounts of units and there's just that much demand, it's definitely not a paper launch. And I do understand that argument. I really do. But I'm sorry. Number one, Micro Center didn't have any. They already told us that. For those who weren't in the stream earlier, Micro Center made it clear they won't have any. And this went out so fast. Either they haven't. Well, some people did say. Let's see. Some people did say that they were able to get an XFX card, so I guess they were in at least a few of them. But the fact that they were out of stock almost immediately, there weren't a crazy amount of cards. I mean, I don't care how many people are in here for it to go out of stock that fast. And honestly, their site isn't even being crushed or anything like that. And like I said, the fact that, Micro Center didn't have any, no. I think we can pretty much officially call this one a paper launch. But the good news is that, unlike NVIDIA, they are apparently going to have more and more stock week after week. So this isn't really going to be a one and done kind of thing. And then, you can't get any more till next year. So what I'm hearing is that there's going to be a ton more stock coming week after week. AMD themselves have even said this. I mean, you don't even have to take my word for it or my contact's word or anything like that. But then again, this was supposed to not be a paper launch. So who do we trust? Who do we believe? I don't know. Some people are saying Best Buy still says coming soon. I don't know what to say. I was hoping by now to get into the actual kind of benchmarking and stuff like this, but I'm sad. Let's put it that way. I am sad. So PowerColor, I guess we can actually look at them at least. Some of the newer models are definitely here. You know what? Hold on. Okay, no, they're all expensive. Okay, I take it back because I was saying good on ASRock, but this is a 6800 non-XT. I can't read, apparently. So I just kind of assumed that this was the XT model. No, never mind. They're all extremely expensive. So I will say that I heard from my contact with PowerColor that while they weren't going to tell, that it seemed like at this point, late last night, it seemed like he wasn't even 100% sure what the price was going to be. But he did say that there isn't a lot of markup. But this stinks. I would love to see, once stock comes back, if we do see this price come down. I mean, I definitely hope so. Just because NVIDIA's cards aren't, we can actually look really quickly and see. I haven't looked at price lately. They're mostly just saying out of stock. Okay, I'm wrong. Apparently a lot of these still not $7.99 when they were supposed to be $50 less. So, okay. Oh, you know what? I was doing all of that and no one was even... I'm sorry. I thought that this was up. I really messed the stream up. I laugh, but I'm sad. Because what am I thinking? So I just looked this up. Nobody was even seeing what I was doing. Thank you all so much for your patience. You can see right here. So, I mean, the prices are higher, although this is one of their... Still, it clearly is higher, but this is supposed to be $50 cheaper, not $50 more. So, wow, $1,300 US, the Strix model, if that is correct, in France. All right. Anyway, okay. My apologies. It's already been 30 minutes. So, we have let's get to unfortunately no one was able to get anything, and that really stinks, and I'm I feel like some people, whenever I did my first 5 things to do, let me go ahead and go up to this. Whenever I did my first 5 things to do with your new RX 6000 GPU, I think a lot of people kind of took offense to like my intro where I said, yes, you were able to get one. You know, I'm not at all trying to stick this in anyone's face or anything like that. I hate the fact that no one was able to get anything hardly at all today, and it seems like they're canceling a lot of the orders. So, yeah, maybe just live vicariously through this, but we are going to be doing some testing. Just so everyone knows how kind of rushed this feels. I actually did not get this until late Monday. I found out that I was getting it Monday, that it was going to be shipped here by Monday. Unfortunately, there was an address mix-up. They actually sent it to my older place of work, and no one was there because they got there after it was closed. Then the next day, I tried to make sure that someone was there. Someone was there. They ended up saying, DHL ended up saying, basically, nope, it's closed. So they clearly didn't even knock on the door or anything like that. So I actually had to drive over, beg the people at DHL to get a hold of the driver. They did. I met up with the driver, and I was able to get it super late Monday night at like 8 o'clock. So I have had very little time with it, so please understand that. But anyway, let's do it. Let's go over the card. It is a very sweet one. This is the what do they call it? The limited edition version. It is pretty sweet. I actually went out yesterday. And, hold on. Come on. Okay. You can't see this. Even though you may still have, but that's okay. Nothing else uses that code anyway. Let me turn this off, actually. Okay, I won't be going back to sleep anytime soon. The box is really cool. It is really sweet. And the cool thing about this, hold on, I don't mean to keep stopping. Give me 1 second. Okay. The cool thing about this, I'm going to go ahead and go over to this. This right here, went ahead and got a capture card yesterday, so I was working on this for a good while. You can see the card, we have it right here, and so we are going to run some benchmarks. First up, I will definitely say that the card, let's see if we can do this, is pretty sweet. No one gets sick. That's not going to work. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Let's try and do... I do have some pictures, but you can see it right here. I really like it. I love this piece. I love this part. It stands out. Something that Red Devil, the PowerColor, does all the time with their cards, especially lately. They've been, like, with their 5000 series, they definitely do some really bold designs, and I will say that I really do like the LED right here. Now, there is an LED on each side, and because the part right here is so long, it does get dimmer towards the middle. But to be honest, it looks really cool. And what I was trying to say before, the limited edition is not... it actually comes with some pretty cool stuff. It comes with the USB-C. as well as a couple really nice, I have to admit, keycaps. I was hoping to have more views than this. Okay. Okay. Pretty sweet. This is actually magnetic right here. You can see it at the bottom. So that's one of the keycaps. The other keycap, let me do this. The other keycap is right here. It's like an aluminum, I believe. Pretty cool. I went ahead and put it on just so I could show everyone. But yeah, what does everyone say we do some tests? I will go ahead and tell you I did do a couple things. Let's pull up. For one, I will go ahead and say it does overclock better than the one that I had. It was able to run a full time spy benchmark with the what was it? It was on 2675 megahertz, which I was not able to do with the reference card that I have. But let us go through just a time spy. And I believe I have MSI. Yep. Okay, so we are gonna have thermals. Oh, and I should also, okay, it is set to automatic. Okay. So it was able to complete the benchmark where the reference design was not. So that, at least to me, is an absolute great sign. So I will say that there is some coil whine. But it isn't too bad. It was pretty bad and then seemed to get better yesterday. It's definitely quiet as far as the fan, although I did play with the fan curve. And is everyone okay with, here, I can stop this. It can be a jet engine if it wants to be, or it can be fairly quiet. So I will say that I was pretty impressed. Oh, sorry everyone. Just noticed that was not up. We can see right now that it is in the 80s. Or depending on the temp, I don't remember which one. Hold on. This is a benchmark, it's not a game. Screen capture is used by the card, so it really shouldn't take much of any kind of resources or anything like that. That's why I had to go out and buy the $200. I got the HD 60S Plus just so it could actually pass through the 4K. Not that this is in 4K or anything, but the pass through. I was going to be running some benchmarks in 4K, definitely. I mean, that I wasn't going to do 1080p, so I had to get the S Plus. That's kind of how that one works. And this, let's see. Gonna kind of check periodically to, I guess that was it. That was it for the launch. That's all I can say. Not sure if you can hear the coil whine, but it is a bit apparent. I will say this. Something that's super annoying is the ASRock. This is the ASRock Tai Chi X570, and there are multiple LEDs in here that I'm pretty sure have the wires crossed, because you have to do the opposite on the spectrum of what you want to get the color. So I have to go through each LED on the board and figure out which one is the one that has the switched wire. And then, like, for example, if I wanted this blue, it has to be purple. So, yes. And I also should have a normal video later today, maybe. I can't say for sure, but I am going to try, because there is some pretty interesting stuff that I want to discuss. And I do have quite a bit of actual games. I want to go into the Minecraft RTX. I'm going to be showing you that. I'm going to be showing a few different games, some with ray tracing, some without. So please stick with me. Thanks everyone for being here, by the way. I cannot believe that there's almost 2,000 concurrent viewers. That's incredible. So I don't even know what to say. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Hopefully everyone is enjoying the stream, except for the fact that, no one was able to buy a card. No one. Okay, some of you, and it seemed like they canceled. So I'm still unbelievably frustrated with that. I am really sorry. Okay, well, one user said that they're here to complain, not to watch me. I get it. Complain away if you would like. I am frustrated. Once again, this isn't like in your face, I was able to get one. No, seriously wish everybody could have gotten one. And like I said, I wasn't even going to try. And I haven't tried. I didn't try with the 3000 series. Although that was because I was thinking I was going to get a card, and I obviously didn't try it. But I haven't gotten a card yet, but I obviously did not try during the reference design of the 6000, even though I did it because I had a card. Or this one. Okay, so 18,000, very decent. You can compare. It says, I don't know why it puts it here, but if you actually go to other results, this is what I did. If you do this right here. Nope, that's an overall score. So graphics score specifically, this does have a 5900X in it. So the average score for the 3090 is 19,841. This got 18,000. So comparatively, see this, I don't know why. Basically, this is wrong. Must be from an earlier something that I've benchmarked before, or it's just gotten the user wrong. But it says bottom 6%. It would be higher than that. But remember, this is the 3090. Now, if we look at the 30, I actually don't know if it'll work like that. Oh, here we go. So you can actually see that it beats the average score of the 3080. And let's do some overclocking. So let's do that. This is what I did the other day, that it was actually able to what I actually did, if you haven't seen my video on overclocking. Oh, and by the way, everyone the absolute lucky few who were able to get a card, check out my video. It's in the description. It is the first 5 things to do with your new RX 6000 GPU. I really like the video. I worked really hard on it, I will say. So please check that out in the description. And let us go with this. Oh, sorry. You have to do the advanced. This is what I did here. Go ahead. Power limit. It's only 15%. I don't know why they wouldn't give us more than that. But, you really don't have to do this at all. So anyone who listens and like hears a jet engine, they're like, oh, that's what it's going to sound like. No, you don't have to do anything anywhere near this. I just kind of like to go nutso with it. And I have played around with VRAM, but I haven't seen too much of a difference when I do it while overclocking other stuff, and it seems to make it a little bit more unstable. With that said, now I will say I was able to complete it, but there were some artifacts. So let's, and you know what, people are talking about eBay. Once again, really quickly, I will say that I do want to thank PowerColor for sending this card out. I mean, I definitely won't let that, affect how I feel about it or anything like that. But, I do appreciate that. Unfortunately, this is kind of why I'm doing it this way, because I literally, like I said, I got it late Monday night flat. There was no way I was going to be able to do all the testing I needed and complete a video in a day and a half. It didn't matter if I stayed up all night. There's just no way. So I figured that this would be a really cool way of doing it. And okay, I was actually looking. I'm not seeing anything. Oh. Supposedly ASRock. Oh, wow. Yeah, it flies. Now, you'll see it. I will say it jumps quite a bit more. It jumps around fairly significantly. But it does look like there actually is a couple cards, but it also seems like this was before the launch. This one ends in 15 minutes. It's a nope, that would be because that's 37. Okay, so no, it does look like there is a new listing of an ASRock 6800 XT. So apparently someone was able to get onto it, $1,100. I mean, hey, you know what? Like I said, if you're going to pay for it, someone's going to sell it for that. I mean, this is always a back and forth between what you're willing to pay. Sellers want to sell for the most. No one's ever, here's how I like to put it. No one's ever gone on eBay and told the highest bidder, no, I want you to bid lower. But the issue is obviously that scalpers are buying it with bots and things like that. So don't get me wrong, this isn't necessarily like this, and it's extremely frustrating. But the simple fact is that please don't pay for it from these people. Please. That's the only way they're going to stop. Stop buying it. Now, you can see it does get up to the high 2600s. Look at that. I mean, that's unbelievable. 2600, it almost got up to 2640 megahertz. Wow. But I will say that we can, while it's doing this, let me show you. Someone was able to get it at least. Too bad it was the wrong person. I had originally seen this PMY, but then I noticed it was the 3070. Okay. Why is this only 2 hours? Oh, okay. So it was done today. So they just did a really quick one. And see, this wasn't sold, but this is something. Where is it? People are actually bidding. And they've bid it up to 1,100. So, yeah. Looks like some were able to get their hands on it, although Newegg, I don't believe they ever had the PowerColor card. Speaking of, we're not even done. You know what? Let me go back. I'm going to show you. Someone's bid it up to $1,300. But I will say stuff like this. They are never going to pay this. So don't get me wrong. Oh, you know what? Okay, never mind. We're good. I don't even know what I was thinking. This is just a reference, PowerColor. And so is this. It's just the fact that it was so brand new that made me instantly think third party. My apologies. I don't even know what I'm thinking. Okay, so these are reference. But 1,300... Let's take a look at this. You can see, once again, it is extremely loud, but that's just because I set a ridiculous fan curve on it. Yeah, it sounds like a lot of the purchases were voided, so I really don't know what's going on over at Newegg. Let's see. Thank you for the $10. Really appreciate that. Really sorry you weren't able to get one. This wasn't even a paper launch. I mean, this was an announcement. Here's our cards. There's not a single... I mean, technically, that's what a paper launch is, but... Oh, yeah. Someone said yes, artifacts. Yes. So this is not a fully stable overclock, but the simple fact is that this is what I was able to get a lot of games at with the reference, and then as soon as and with no artifacts, okay, but as soon as I put it in a 3D mark, it did significantly, or it wouldn't even get past the first part before it would crash. So that is why that to me lets me know how well this does at cooling, or at least there's actually quite a bit of factors, but the simple fact is that it was able to finish it, which, once again, this is not a stable overclock because it wasn't able to finish it. Although I can almost guarantee you'll be able to do this in games and stuff like that. So that will be a really big deal, and that will help. But we can see that it actually gained quite a bit. So this time, the graphics score is at 19,161, and I believe that is the best result I've gotten so far. So let's do this. And I honestly have to say, hold on, that's overall. So we're looking at graphics. That is near a 3090. Obviously, it isn't going to be able to do 8K, but once again, I mean, I think it was just NVIDIA going, we have the best and we can do even better, but we're going to charge you a lot of money. Which I do understand. There are quite a bit of gamers who will pay whatever it takes to have the best, and I get that. And you know what? If you have the money, go for it. Why not? I mean, if you can spend that much money and just like not even worry about it, then hey, more power to you. But obviously, I don't think NVIDIA expected AMD to be able to come back with anything that could even get close to it. But you know what? They did. And that is impressive. And the average, so it is lower by quite a bit. But actually, when we're in the 20,000s range, it's not bad. Not bad at all. But with that said, that is not a direct comparison. What we do want to do is try this. But I'm actually going to go back to just default here. This right here is your real-time ray tracing benchmark. And this is definitely where NVIDIA is able to outshine. Now, the simple fact is that the 6800 XT was expected to be $50 less than the 3080, but as we saw today, at least as of now, in the initial launch, it's not. So, yeah. Let's do this. Still out of stock. When were they in stock? I mean, I've seen some people say that they were able to get a card, but I haven't seen it at all. They were non-existent. I had to actually search for the card, and it was still out of stock. So yeah, someone said the Polish major retailer said that they could put it on the page, but could not sell them till they receive shipments. So, I mean, that's the thing. What it is the person who told me the different models that they were going to have, it definitely seemed like the XFX is one of the only cards that was really in stock, which is basically what he told me. So they put these other ones, and yet they haven't received them. But like I said, everyone, keep this in mind. I have really heard that there's going to be way more stock coming each week. And apparently, allegedly, come when is it coming? Come by December, they actually may be near reaching demand. Although I highly doubt that, given at that point, NVIDIA's cards still aren't going to be here. So to be honest, they are almost certainly going to be sold out even in December, but they will have more. And you know what? If you are looking for a card, I try to put on YouTube, you know, when there's new stock and things like that. So make sure to subscribe. But basically, keep looking back. And if you wouldn't mind, when you do that, if you wouldn't mind clicking on one of the links in one of my descriptions and one of my videos, excuse me, those are affiliate links, and they definitely do help the channel out. Some people are saying that they may have more stock today. That is not a surprise, because I do know that PowerColor sent stock. They just weren't even sure if Newegg had received it yet, and I will say that they definitely hadn't. They did not receive it, because at least by last night, like I had said, they did not mention PowerColor as a card that was going to be there. So there may be more stock later today. Keep up with that, or I will. What I'm trying to say is try to keep up with that, and I will also try to keep up with it, and I'll try and let people know when that happens. Once again, we are running the Port Royal benchmark for 3D Mark. This is a really cool benchmark, specifically because it is testing real-time ray tracing. So this is testing the ray tracing cores, which I will say is definitely the one thing that NVIDIA has going for it, and the one thing that AMD does not. Now, they have hardware ray tracing, and to be honest, this is their first attempt at this, and it's not bad. It's right at about what we were it's about the performance of NVIDIA's first gen ray tracing cores. So it really isn't bad, but NVIDIA is on their second gen. So if you are really interested in ray tracing and you're willing to spend the $50 more, the 3080 may be the card for you. Or it may be cheaper to get a 3080 because it looks like it might be right now based as far as if you want a third-party card. Someone asked if it'd be overkill for World of Warcraft 1440p 60. Yeah. Yes. I believe it. Let's see. Yeah, but as people have said, while these are more expensive and they shouldn't be, the 3080 isn't in stock either. So to be honest, at this point, I would honestly say if you can get one, just get it if you can afford it. I mean, that's the number one thing, of course. Don't ever get anything you can't afford. Don't ever go over your budget or anything like that. But if you can't afford it and they're in stock, just get it because they're probably going to be out of stock. So yeah, we're hovering around 40, 30. I did see it get lower than that earlier, but around 30, 40 FPS, which is playable. Not like this is a game you can even play. But now here is the thing. We can see the graphics score, 9,000. This is really one of my only ways that I can actually compare it to a 3,000 card because I don't have one. So I do apologize that I can't do anything better, but you can see that graphics score 3080, 17,000. That's bad. That's a lot worse. It really is. And honestly, games are seeing about this. Here's the thing. It really depends on how much, how intense the ray tracing is. That's kind of the number one thing. So anyway, let's actually do some games. First, I'm going to show you Metro Exodus, and I'll show you the hit that this does get, and it's a pretty big hit that it takes. Someone said you were on Time Spy. No, that was a Port Royal. Oh, I was on Times. Oh my goodness, are you serious? Hold on. I thought that sounded way worse than the last time I checked this. Man, I'm really butchering this stream, guys. I'm really sorry. Give me a second. Let me pull this back up while this other the other game is. Let's see. Oh, hold on. Forget it. Okay, let's just do it this way. Wow. Okay. Forget everything I just said. Although it is really a big difference. Okay. Let's see. You know what? Okay, see, 11,000. So, I mean, that's a big difference. I'm really sorry. Thank you so much for pointing that out. I thought that it was going to automatically go to Time Spy. I mean, automatically go to what I had, and I knew that it wasn't, but I just wasn't thinking at all. But so there is a difference, but it's nowhere near as much as that. But in heavily done ray tracing games right now, we'll say that there is a decent difference, but sorry everyone. But at the same time, one thing AMD did state is that everything right now is and you'll actually see this in just a second, is definitively made, developed for NVIDIA's cards. So now that they are out, there probably won't be as much of a difference later on. And I'm going to show you Minecraft, which is that one thing that is a huge difference, but they were definitely developed with NVIDIA in mind. Even if they did use the generic drivers, I can guarantee you that they put a lot of side work into getting it to work well enough with NVIDIA's cards. So to be honest, I know the big consensus right now is ray tracing really bad on AMD's cards, but like I was saying, to be completely honest, it could get a lot better. I mean, I know for a fact that NVIDIA was working extensively to bring ray tracing to Minecraft, so that could easily explain why. But of course, DLSS, is one thing, but like some have obviously mentioned, DLSS is essentially still upscaling. So it's rendering at a lower resolution using artificial intelligence, a neural network, to effectively upscale it. And they actually have to the developer has to run this through the artificial network multiple times, and it takes quite a bit of time. That's why you actually have to develop for it. So it isn't as good as, just playing it at the resolution that it should be, rather than upscaling, but it's really close. So, I mean, it is something that at least helps make things playable. And the simple fact is that AMD doesn't have it right now. That's the truth. But I will say that they are working on it. So, all in all, I would definitely say, at least from what I've seen, if you really want ray tracing, you do likely want NVIDIA's cards. But whether it's worth $50 more when looking at least at MSRP, not the actual prices right now, because they probably will go down later on. But looking at MSRP, it still is a good buy for sure to get a 6,000 card. But let's go back, and I want to kind of show you, I will say, just how much this is very clearly designed for NVIDIA cards. Whenever we go in here into the options, look at this. Even though this does work with the RX 6000 cards, it specifically says NVIDIA RTX. So that I will say gives you an idea of just how much these are designed with NVIDIA in mind. And you know what? That's because NVIDIA was first. I mean, that's a fact. So let's be honest. There's a reason for it. But over time, hopefully, they will be able to come back. Okay. Now, let's talk how much of a hit you get. So right now we're running at a playable. I'm having to kind of go around this, but playable 37 FPS. Now watch. Whoa. Oh crud. I'm having to literally play around this stand that's viewing the card, so I'm definitely not going to play well. But watch this. I will definitely say, when you turn it off, massive difference. We're literally now looking at 80 FPS. So it does take a huge hit, which so do NVIDIA's cards, for sure. On this, I actually haven't played this game very much, but yeah, this is the very beginning, of course. And you know, there certainly are a few things, but to be honest, this is one game that I really think ray tracing isn't at all worth the performance hit. Just because Metro does so well with lighting regardless, that ray tracing doesn't add that much. And that's really something that I think I feel like ray tracing is more of a benefit for developers than it is for gamers, even though, yes, there are things that just cannot be done with rasterization, but it's going to help lower budget games in my opinion, way more than it will help the AAA games, because AAA games have enough money to really work on the graphics anyway. But of course, at the same time, there is an argument that there's room to grow, because this is still so new for game developers right now, that there's room to grow. And there definitely is. So let's turn NVIDIA RTX on, which they were a big part in bringing this to it. So don't get me wrong there either. Okay, so if we look, one thing I like about this is that you can actually see, so you're getting reflections. You can't even see where I'm pointing, but you're getting reflections off of like the gun, off of the hand. And this is actually coming from the suit, because it doesn't matter where you look, you're going to get this, I will say. We can look over here. But I do like how it will actually show you in real time. Turn it off. So, I mean, this is coming from the suit. I definitely will say I'm excited to see one thing. Some people are talking about Cyberpunk 2077. I am going to be really excited to see, for one, how well that's integrated with AMD's cards, how well it works with their ray tracing cores, but also I want to see how well they do ray tracing. It might be a giant difference. I don't know. But once again, that's personally my opinion, is that AAA games are already really, they use the best techniques that you can use for rasterization, so it isn't as big of a difference. But not at all that Minecraft doesn't have a giant budget, but when they originally started, they did not have a huge budget, period. But anyway, you saw the hit that took. It was big, right? I mean, that, you know, it got cut in half. So, I mean, that sucks. Going from 80. But I'm going to show you what sucks even more. This is probably one of the most intensive ray tracing games, just because there's so many. There's so many things that are using the ray tracing. So this is RTX off. I think they're just shooting so many rays in this game that either way, all that I know is this takes one of the biggest hits of any game, and it's one of the most intensive. So let's turn it on. Wow. You saw before it was stuck at 60. I don't think on this world that I can change the cap, but clearly right here, I don't have to, because it's nowhere near 60. We are running at an unplayable, and I can definitively tell you this is unplayable, 17, 18 FPS. But with that said, and this is really one thing, this was made, yes, buttery smooth 17 FPS. It's unplayable, I'll go ahead and tell you, but this was made just like what that person just said, not optimized. Now, I don't want to say definitively, but this, if you go to look up how to install, the beta, the first website that comes up is NVIDIA's. You have to go from, it's either the first or second. I'm almost positive it's the first. So, I mean, in beta, okay, the first is Xbox.com. The second is Nvidia.com. When you type in install beta Minecraft RTX. So this is very much, I know for a fact that NVIDIA was working really hard with them on this to bring this. So it very well could be that. But I mean, this is also one of, honestly, I would say this is probably the best demo out there for ray tracing. But once again, it's exactly what I said. it's more of low budget stuff. Not that Minecraft is, but when it started, it was, and the graphics haven't really changed. So this is great for lower budget games, in my opinion. But I mean, either way, I mean, we can look at this. That is a hit. It's only 60, like I said, because it's capped at 60, and I cannot see where to turn that off, at least in this world. This is actually a newer one. This is, I mean, I will definitely say that this is probably the best demo for ray tracing that there is. And the only difference is that it's adding rays and then they're just bouncing off effectively. But it's absolutely unplayable yet. And this is one of the times that DLSS is going to come into play. And from what I hear, AMD, I mean, we know AMD is working on something similar. How well it works is going to be tough. But once again, also, hopefully, but don't bet on it, hopefully there will be a big difference when games start developing for AMD in mind. One thing I will say, let's see, save and exit. One thing I will say is that Wolfenstein Youngblood, this is one that AMD doesn't support because it isn't using DirectX. It actually had to use some of NVIDIA's tech. And you can actually look. This always takes forever. I will definitely say that if you don't care about ray tracing, the 6000 series is definitely the way to go. But once again, I really want to see how much of a difference it can be when you don't have it, or when it's developed for it. No idea what I even just said. Okay, so here's one fairly interesting thing here. So we go to options, video, and then you go to advanced. It is, I can't remember I believe it's right after async compute that ray tracing is supposed to be. It's not even on here, so this isn't even an option. And I do know that I've seen some people say that this is something that AMD cards do work with. That is not true. So there are some games that you would think would work, but don't. It really just depends on whether or not AMD or whether or not NVIDIA used some of their own specific tech in a game. And so yeah, this is one example where that is not the case. Let's see. We can. I'm going to try this. This is a Dirt 5. It has a beta that AMD actually gave me for ray tracing in it to work with these cards. Unfortunately, when I ran the benchmark, it kept crashing. Someone just said that a Danish retailer put up an overview of how many RX. Yeah, if you could provide that link, that would definitely be interesting. Okay. Apparently, I didn't click on Dirt 5. Oh. I probably shouldn't have done that. What's the link to that? If you guys can spam me the link to that Danish site. That would be great. Once again, this is a beta. So it does have some issues. But let's find out if this card can actually get through it. Oh, I'm blocking links. Can you just someone DM me in the Discord if you don't mind. We can turn this on if everyone wants. Okay.
Okay. Tell me what you think of this. University of Awesome.
Like with most.
Who doesn't want to go there?
A lot of racing games. Try the benchmark and let's see if it crashes. And yes, if someone could DM me the link, thank you. You are great. Thank you very much. So let's get it up. We will talk about that in just 1 second. Oh yay, they have an English link. Awesome. Oh wow. Oh. Yeah, we're gonna go over this. Yeah. Could someone send me the link to the 3,000 cards, please? To this, because I do know that they published this for the 3,000 cards as well. If you could do that, that would be fantastic. And thanks to everyone who did send it, by the way. Yeah, I'm gonna go over how bad this is. You know what? This has gotten farther than it ever did with the reference. And that was without overclocking. So I didn't include it in any of my stuff. That was absolutely without overclocking. So I just assumed that it was the beta. And I still think it is, to be honest. The reason why it would crash. Because it wasn't getting extremely hot or anything like that. Oh, okay, here. I think someone actually just sent me the link. And thank you very much to that person. Yeah, we're gonna go over this. This is unbelievable, and I want to do a comparison. No. What is it doing? This is odd. Not showing up. It's behind a blue. Apparently some people managed to buy it, but it was bad. Okay, this is weird. It's behind this blue. I've been to this site so many times. Can someone please screen cap it? Oh, sorry about that. Can someone please screen cap the 3000 launch? Please. I have no idea why. Oh, it finished it. So for anyone wondering with ray tracing, you know, what kind of thing you'll potentially be able to see with the 6000 series, let me do it this way really quickly. So we're looking at average FPS of 53.7, minimum 23.8, and a maximum of 61. Let's see. Hold on one second. If anyone could potentially send me the screen cap of the Pro Shop, I would really appreciate it. Some people said what resolution. It should be 4K. I really haven't done this very much just because I was having such issues with it before. Yeah, it is 4K because of how small the overlay is. You can always kind of tell by that. Okay, someone sent... Okay. So I'm going to do this. I have no idea why it's doing this. Yeah, I have the 6000 series. Oh, it's the 3000. Oh, I actually see. It's the 3000 series that I need. I have no idea why. Who cares? Who cares? Let's do this. Let me exit this really quickly. We're going to go over this. This is unbelievable. This is about the biggest definition of a quote-unquote paper launch. See, I say quote-unquote. There's no quotes. There's none. There's none. It's a paper launch. I mean, this is... I'm actually kind of angry right now, to be honest, because this is absolutely insane. And the fact that they would even for a second try and tell us otherwise is absurd. Period. Okay. So this right here, it's a Danish retailer, and they're one of the only ones that actually publish numbers of how many cards they get. And you can see right here, so we have the 6800 to 6800 XT. Look at this. Now, this is a Danish retailer, and I understand that, you know, they may not sell as many as like a major shop in the US, but, or what am I trying to say? But, you know, this still gives you an idea, especially if we can compare, which this is the weird thing. Look at what this is doing. I have no clue why. And I've literally looked at this before, so I don't know. I've never had any issues with it before. But regardless, this can at least give you an idea of how bad it is. They ordered 508. Just like before, they ordered more of Asus's. I believe it was Asus last time. They ordered 508 from the they got 12. 12. So it's not scalpers. Okay, here we go. So 6800 XT. They ordered 503, which once again, I mostly blame AMD for this more so than I do the actual third-party companies, because they probably got it as quickly as they could and then worked on everything as fast as they could. Wow. Ordered 503, so 116. You know, I saw this and really was upset, which it's still unbelievable. We can definitively say that the 6800 non-XT is a paper launch. The 6800 XT, on the other hand, I believe that this is about what we were seeing with NVIDIA, which means it's a paper launch just like NVIDIA. But I mean, they ordered 503, they got 116. That's not much. I mean, you know, a total of around 400 cards, which I will say I do believe that's about what Nvidia's was when it first happened. I'm reading it wrong. Oh. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm really tired. I have to admit. I gotcha. I know. I just realized it. Forget everything I just said. Again, this has been an absolute fail. I'm really sorry, everyone. I'm having to jump on it really quickly, and I don't have time to actually like look at it, which it's still completely my fault. But this is outstanding. No, never mind. They have gotten nothing. So yeah, no, it's way worse than Nvidia. Apparently, Newegg voided almost all 6800 orders. Yeah, like I said, the 6800 was not launching this morning. That's what I was told, at least. But, like I said, I couldn't even read, apparently. This is the outstanding. Forget about that. The total number of cards. I believe that this was backwards last time. Maybe that's why I did it, or maybe I'm just completely off. But total number of cards received, they got 25. Wow. Yeah, this is way worse. I think we can basically say definitively this is worse than the 3000 launch. I mean, this is absurd. They got 25 cards. They got 16800. Oh, someone said that they meant the 6800 XT version have all been voided. Wow. I was told that they would have some, but that they would be running out instantly. I believe the word they used was instantly, my contact with Newegg. I believe. Don't quote me 100%. I believe it was basically within seconds or a second. So, wow. This was botched. Without a doubt. I'm really sorry for everyone who may have gotten their hopes up. I tried to tell everyone last night. I posted it on Twitter. If you don't follow me, definitely make sure to follow me on Twitter at GamerMeld. I did post on Twitter and on the YouTube community that basically I've heard this is really going to be bad. Way worse than I originally thought, and it's even worse than that. So I'm sorry to everyone, especially I've got to say it, especially everyone who actually thought that they'd ordered it and then got an email. I mean, that has to be the worst. It's bad enough that you get it in your card and then the site starts crashing and everything else. But to actually get it, make it through, get a confirmation, and then get an email that says, never mind. I mean, that may not necessarily be Newegg's fault or wherever it was some of you purchased it from, but that still sucks. And to that, I have to say that I'm really sorry for everyone who went through that. I mean, obviously, I'm not the ones doing this, but I still feel bad. That sucks. But anyway, I will say, at least thank you to PowerColor. I'm one of the very few lucky ones. You saw how well it performed. It definitively was able to overclock better than the reference design. Stays fairly quiet. Right now it's literally not even on. The fans aren't even turning. It looks pretty cool. Like I said before, I love this. Really like just like the way it looks. It is pretty big. It's a 2.5. I can't even think of the word, but it's 2.5 slot design. So it's bigger. It's definitely heftier, bigger than the original. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, all I can say is, if you are interested, keep coming back. Keep going back to Newegg. Keep clicking the links. Go to Amazon. Check everywhere that you can. Because from what I hear, they are going to have more week after week after week. So do that. Hopefully you'll have a chance. Make sure to follow me on YouTube. Make sure to follow me on Twitter. I'm going to try my best to update everyone because you know what? I want everyone to have a card. Hopefully things will be semi-normal. I'm hearing December. I don't want to say for sure it's going to be normal. But even AMD has specifically said that they're going to have a ton more by December. But looking at these numbers, I mean, it shows really quickly. I know I keep kind of going back to it. Nope, that's not it. It shows that they didn't even request any. So this 25, I don't know, it might be a fluke. Same here, 100. So somehow the cards that they're getting are the ones that they didn't even request. So that may not even, they may have accidentally put that under the wrong area. They may have gotten nothing. And don't forget that Micro Center has none. So this is worse than the original launch. Worse. And it was already about as bad as it could get. Personally, I think AMD needs to respond to this. I can't believe I can't think of his name. He owes someone $10 on Twitter. Definitely. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I will say that I am very, very impressed with PowerColor's card, though I don't know when anyone's even going to be able to get one. Yes, Frank Azor. He owes someone on Twitter $10 because he said that this was not, he'll take $10 because it's not going to be a paper launch like NVIDIA. Oh, wait. I believe that the comparison was that it's not going to be a paper launch like NVIDIA. I believe. They were definitely referencing NVIDIA. They're right. He actually may need the $10 because they were worse. It was worse. So maybe he doesn't owe anyone $10. Maybe what he meant was it's not going to be a paper launch like NVIDIA's. It's going to be nothing at all. So sorry, everyone. Once again, try to follow me, please. Even if you don't like my content, just for me to let everyone know, maybe when stock's back or something like that. But anyway, hopefully everyone did enjoy the stream. I had a really fun time. I woke up super tired because I went to bed at like 3 o'clock last night, but I really enjoyed it. Hopefully you did as well. So yes, as always, have a great day. And I kind of have to watch when this is going to end so I don't just cut it off midstream because it's off by a few. Okay. As always, have a great day.